Welcome back. So, this is the next part in how hiring a business coach almost bankrupted my business. These are my opinions based on my documented experience with receipts to match. Quick recap. Back in 2022, 7 years into our business, a fencing company, it plateaued. The economy stalled, phones got quiet, and we needed momentum fast. We did the research, met a big name at Fence Tech. We'll call him the King. Watched his origin video and talked details with his then VP of coaching, JR. We spelled out our model: no in house crews, no inventory on hand, and we were candid about our finances. Okay, now we'll continue. So in August, I had a really positive call with the King. Brought up the same coaching tribe billing problems again, and he said he'd investigate it and get it fixed, and to message him once our budget form was filled out so that he could do a deep dive. Funny thing about that, it had already been filled out in March. Did we ever get that meeting with him? Nope. During that August call, though, I asked, is there something I could be doing to help the academy? And the King told me very matter of factly, there's time for that down the line. First, we need to get you right. No doubt, but that hadn't happened. What did happen right after that call? We got bulk charged for 6 months of membership fees in one shot, the exact scenario we'd been trying to avoid and had flagged multiple times. And still, no assigned tribe, no assigned coach. September, another call happens with the King. We discussed our experience with the software that he told us back in March we had to get to move forward. And he tells us we should have never signed up for it because we're too small for it. And it was more than what we needed. That directly contradicts what you told us in March. So now that over 16K has been spent on that software and the equipment to use it, now you're going to tell us that no, we should have never gotten it? Thanks for that. Then the King offers me a compensated role, 12 to 20 hours a week, to lead the QuickBooks portion of the academy. The expectation sounded clear with a timeline that was aggressive, but he wanted it implemented by November 1st. Well, we weren't making money. We were bleeding money at the time. So yes, I agreed. Then don't hear anything else about it until mid-October. During one of these group Friday meetings, a spreadsheet appears showing all the new coaches coming in. I was suddenly listed for a Google role, something we had never talked about. And the QuickBooks was assigned to someone else. No call, no, hey, are you okay with this? Just switched. As a business, we'd been in the academy 8 months at that point, still without a coach or a tribe, an issue we'd raised repeatedly. And then as a person being offered a role, agreeing to it, then learning in a public meeting that it had been handed to someone else, that was a slap in the face. Later that same month, Man Bun started calling me about his new role. I asked about the QuickBooks switch and what this new Google assignment meant, and he said he'd get with the King about it. He called back later. Turns out we were supposedly in the Man of Steel's tribe all along, but we were just never sent any invites. But hey, Man Bun got us added so we would finally get to join coach meetings. Side note, the Man of Steel is fantastic. He's engaging, he's informative, he's enthusiastic. And when Toots pops in, his energy gets everyone participating. I will give credit where credit is due. Those two people, awesome sauce. All right, back to November now. Man Bun relayed to me that the King felt someone else was a better fit for the QuickBooks role, but in his words, he'd throw me a bone since I do Google. I asked practical questions. The academy is closely aligned with a different marketing company, and Nutella already provides a lot of digital support. I didn't want to step on toes or duplicate efforts. Also, the membership list says Google Business Profile setup and implementation are included. So how does a Google coach work out without double charging members? I was told I'd need to work one-on-one with members and bill them directly. Think about that for a minute. Something already included in their package, but I'm supposed to get with them and build them directly. And why hadn't any of this conversation been handled by the person, the king, who made, then unmade, the original offer? Instead, I'm learning pieces of it in an Academy Meets call with everyone present. That's not professional, that's romper room. Later that month, Man Bun meets with us about our budget, and we finally get our magic number. Here's what terrified us. There's only 5 weeks left of the year, and we get told our margins are perfect, but we still need to sell $344,000 to hit the goal for the year. That's the kind of guidance we needed in March when we joined, not 5 weeks before the year ended.